Hi, in this week's episode of Wellness TV, I'm going to talk to you about a bit of a yucky subject, but it affects many, many people. So join me on the inside. Hi, and welcome back to this week's episode of Wellness TV. So what I'm going to talk about today is IBS, Irritable Bowel Syndrome. Now this is different to IBD, Irritable Bowel Disease, which is either Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis. I'm not going to cover them today. They're two autoimmune conditions. Maybe cover them in another video. So IBS, what's IBS? Inflammatory Bowel Syndrome. Really, it's a bit of a catch-all phrase for when doctors don't know what's going on with you. So once again, I've spoken before about syndrome. Syndrome will mean that there's a whole pile of symptoms, and when you have a certain number of symptoms, they give you a label. So quite often, the symptoms associated with IBS, they're women, quite often women, not always women, men also get IBS, but a lot of people who have IBS are quite anxious, highly stressed. They will alternate between diarrhea and constipation, quite often have considerable bloating, may have lots of stomach cramping, nausea, so lots and lots of digestive symptoms. But stress and anxiety will be a key trigger. Now in the past, IBS was actually considered to be a bit of a mental thing, that it was just something going on with you. There was nothing really wrong with you, it was all in your head. And antidepressants, even to this day, are quite often still prescribed to treat IBS. But really, let's get to the real cause of what's going on. Why do people have these symptoms? There is a very strong connection between the gut and the brain, because when we're in utero and still growing embryonic tissue, the same tissue formed the brain as what formed the gut, and we still have that very close connection. So if you're stressed all the time, your digestive system slows down and it doesn't digest food properly, and it can start to cause different symptoms. So with IBS, quite often there can either have been an initial infection, gut infection that caused it, or food sensitivity. So they're the two key triggers that set this off. So they'll quite often have an overgrowth of negative bacteria in their gut. So how do you treat IBS? Number one, look, I'm going to recommend that you go and see a naturopath, because a naturopath is the ideal person, because this is what we do, is we treat these type of gut conditions. You need to be looking at your diet. You need to clean your diet up. You know, and I've said video after video, get rid of things like gluten and dairy out of your diet, and sugar and yeast. And that will stop the overgrowth of what is going on in your gut and get rid of this bad bacteria. There's specific probiotics that actually help to rebalance the gut flora within your gut, and also help to reduce the symptoms of IBS, particularly if you have lots of diarrhea. But so eating well, and then it's about addressing your stress. So there's a really great herb tea, and it's called lemon balm. Now lemon balm is a fantastic tea for the nervous system and the digestive system all at once. So if you suffer from anxiety, which causes you digestive upsets, lemon balm tea is absolutely fantastic. Peppermint tea is also great for calming the gut down if you get lots of cramping or bloating and pain. You know, chamomile tea is also really great for relaxation as well, because we just need to relax things. Also making sure that you've got plenty of all the right nutrients, and you'll get that from your food. So IBS isn't really a disease, it's just a label, and it's really easy to address what's going on by looking at your diet and addressing the stress in your life. So let me know, have you been ever diagnosed with IBS? How did you treat it? What did you do? Have you got any tricks you wanted to share? Please feel free to share this video with your friends and your family. So until next week, I'll see you then. Bye.